bosses to get it. So, and after, and she completely, after that, we had to pick ourselves up again to come up to a very important part of the game where she meets the person that she is in love with, and the main. Right now, we've gotten up to that point, which is probably just a little bit more than halfway through the game, and I've gotten the sword that my beloved, I guess you could say, in the game, wanted me to get. So I had to go through a series of trials, which are 5 of them, in order for me to rebuild the sword and be able to wield this weapon. So I've just completed those 5 trials, and now I'm continuing on with the quest.
Into the mountain.
Can you see it? Shall we tell her where to go? It's not far. Go on, look up. Just up there. Listen to us. That's it. Shoot it. Shall we? Does she know which way to go? Does she know her way into the mountain? She's a good girl, isn't she? Look up. So clever. Did you miss us?
There's a door.
You can do it.
You can see it.
Come on, Senua.
Go away. I'm not listening.
She can feel it. No.
Don't let it go.
Don't go in.
What's it?
Get back! A great beast guards Helheim. Garm is its name, and it knows you are here, Senua. It can smell your stink. What are you afraid of, Senua? How would you save Dillion if you are too much of a coward to step into the shadows?
They can't stop me.
Then do it! The beast is stalking you from the shadows. Your sword is useless here. fooled. The beast is still here. No, it's a trick.
Mother, do you hear that?
Don't fall for it.
It's me, Senua. So loud.
It's not her.
So full of hate.
It's a trap.
Just want to help them. Tell me what to do. Your father wants them to go away. And he only hurts me to silence them. But he's gone now.
But they always come back. He says I will die if I go with them. They say that I'm already dead.
No,
And that they want me with them.
stop.
That's why they crawl through the walls.
Don't
Do you
listen.
see them? Do you see their faces?
He's coming. Senua, help me. Help, get me out of here. She took her own life to escape it.
She can't remember when it started. When her mother lost her smile. Her eyes gazing past her towards a world she could not see. This is what happens if you reach for the underworld, he said. It was a lot to take in for a child. And the first time she felt the cold chill of fear. I don't talk much about her father, Zimbel. I suppose I just didn't want to risk upsetting her. But it doesn't matter now, does it? The beast is back here.
She'll have to go under. She can't. The doors will go out.
She'll go out.
She can't do it. The light's gone out. Run! Get through it as quick as you can. The panic is here. What's that? You have to rest here. Let's go quick, run. Fire. She has to go towards it. She'll have to go through the darkness. The light. She won't be able to reach it. She has to. Where's the wrench? Take it. See, now she can see the room. She can find it. The light.
The light will guide you. Can you feel them?
Have you seen that late sight? She hasn't. You haven't.
Keep going. Where's the ghost? Two more to find. Two more to find. Why?
He's pointless. What if you connect them and there's nothing behind the door?
See, Dilly.
It's just another trial.
It's just another trick.
Just to distract her from her real mission.
You think that you know, but you don't.
Your mother is dead. You don't know anything.
Dilly is dead. She hasn't got much time. Out. She's too slow. It's not going to burn out. The darkness will come again. She has it. She did it. She's done it. Well done.
This place. It reminds her of the isolating, suffocating darkness that she lived through as a young girl. Imprisoned in her room at night, the faces in the dark, coming through the walls. She once thought everyone could see them. I mean, that's what children say all the time, isn't it? That there are monsters in the dark. By the time she realized that only she could see them, her father was in there.
Alright, couple things to keep in mind in this section. This entire, for this section, it's completely dark based. So if you don't have your torch with you, you're gonna die. Plain and simple. So you always have to make sure that you have your light source in order for the darkness not to take you over. So what I've done is I completely did a bit of a full circle. I went to the bottom first because that was more of a difficult section to get through, because if you're not aware of what you need to do, you could die in there pretty fast. So what I did is I went through the hardest section first, then did the easy section, which light everything around. Now, you don't really have to light those bonfires, but it's just good to have just in case. Just in case you do mess up, you do have certain light sources that are around that will help you get your torch back so that you can, stay safe. Now, the section that I'm going to come into right now, it's a very, very small room. And I've seen reviewers play this one section, and somehow, I don't know how they messed it up, but apparently there was some sort of gate which blocked them from getting this last ruin. And the thing is I find that very weird, that that's happened, because when I've played this, and in multiple playthroughs that I've played this, I've never been caught like that. So when you're in this section right now, the best thing to try to do is drop your torch in the center of the room. So there's 4 torches around you, and what you want to do is you want to light the first 2 and then drop your torch right in the middle. That way, when you're about to fight any enemies, you're still in that light source. So you're not going to get caught, you're not going to get taken over by the darkness while dealing with the enemies that are in this room. So I'll show you that in just a second, and then once that's done, you'll see how easy it kind of is.
It's the beast. No, the beast is something else. She's lighting the torch.
So right here is the first. Right there's the second.
Do you think you can...
And when you make it to that one, enemies are gonna spawn. So what you want to do is you want to try to spawn the enemies first, deal with them, and then deal with the other light sources. Okay, so now as you can see in that one section, I kind of got pinned next to a wall because you have to be aware of your surroundings. I was actually pressing the wrong button. I was pressing block when I was supposed to dodge, and that's why I got hit twice.
Watch and move.
Alright, so now you can see that I just lit everything else in the room. From what I did, is I only kept a brief section of the room. Therefore, I'm in the light, I'm surrounded by the light, plus my torch is in the middle of the room, so I have that entire section to play around, dodging enemies and, you know, not worrying about the darkness, because if I do get caught like that, it's very easy to die. So if you sort of just plan that out like that, it should be fairly straightforward and very easy.
Do you feel it? The beast is crawling into your mind, searching for weakness. It found your mother and used her to trap you in here.
Did you see her die? I don't remember. I was only 5. They told me she escaped the darkness, that she's with the gods. But what if they lied? What if the darkness took her and trapped her here?
It's a trap. The beast is coming. What have you done?
No!
You've lost it. It's over.
The darkness is back.
Lost him. You've lost him out. Get in the light!
Without his head, you will never bring his soul back. His fate is sealed. Now it can see you at your weakest. The time you suffered as a child at the hands of your father Zindo while you pined for Dillian. Do you remember that darkness, Senua? The beast is bringing it back.
Mother, why did you leave me? This darkness, it's spreading. Father's keeping me away from the others. Away from Tilly. I won't give up. I'm not going to rot in here. I'm going to find Tilly.
Okay. This part here is very, very important. Because one of the main reviewers that actually gave this game a really shit review, his name is, sorry. His name is Jim Sterling. Or something like that. And, this is the part where he kind of fell through on what he was supposed to do, and it's a very simple thing to miss, but he completely missed it and ended up getting killed, and I don't know, I guess he raged or whatever, and completely said that this game is crap, this game is, garbage, only because when he proceeded through this one section, the game saves, because the game automatically saves during certain sections that you make it through. That's just to tell you that, okay, you're in a brand new section. And because of that, his entire gameplay was pretty much scrapped, and you would have to start from the beginning again, because of a simple mistake that he made, which literally, mind you, you have to keep this in mind. It's a mistake he made, not the game, not the programmers, Not the, anything to do with how the game was made or anything. And that simple mistake that he made, the game saved because he proceeded through another section. So it all pertains with this torch, and I'll show you where it is, and when I come up to it, I'll stop and I'll say, okay, this is the section where he made this little simple mistake. And like honestly, when this game first came out, because of his review, it costed the entire recognition of this game, and he gave this game a very bad rating. Now, for me personally, as a gamer, I don't really care about ratings. If it's a game that grasps my interest, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna be the judge for myself on what this game is worth. I'm not gonna follow somebody else's rule or whatever thoughts that they had on a particular game. Like, for example, Saints Row 4. A lot of people did not like it. It's funny to me. It's enjoyable. So I will base things off my own opinion rather than other people's opinions. And when I got this game, when I heard about it almost about a year ago, and I saw the first clips for it, I was like, I'm definitely getting this game, regardless of whatever reviews come out for it, no matter how much it's priced or anything like that. If there's a collector's edition for this, I will get that collector's edition. Why? Because to me, this game has a little bit of sentimental value. Because it reminds me of a lot of a game that I once played, and I still own, but I don't play it anymore, which is Heavenly Sword. And when I saw the designs for this game, which are quite similar to Heavenly Sword, and not to mention it is by the same creators that made Heavenly Sword, Ninja Theory, and I knew right off the bat that this game was going to be well worth, everything. And it was just funny because when I played this one section that I'm going to be coming up to, when you see it, it's only common sense that you would do this instead of proceeding without trying to get this one thing. So, when you see this, keep that in mind. And, it may make you laugh. It may be like, okay, well, that's, yeah, you're right. That is kind of common sense that you would do this before proceeding. So, but with all of that, that reviewer actually went back and played it again and got to this point, and when he realized how simple his mistake was, he changed his mind, and he changed his rating for this game. So don't let other people's views or interpretations of certain games that you may find appealing, play them first yourself, then be the judge of it. But I'm going to get to it, and I'm going to stop to that point, and I'm going to show you exactly what he missed, and then we'll proceed through the game.
The beast is down there.
No. She knows the beast is down there. He's always watching you.
You can feel killing. She needs to find him.
Focus! It's the only way. More focus. It's building. Focus! Focus! Focus now! Focus! Focus now! You're stronger than you. Get it. Focus. You can do this.
Okay, so it's basically this point right here. So I gotta go through this water, which is gonna burn out my torch. And the darkness is gonna try to take over me, and it's gonna be very blurry. There's gonna be, all those little red faces popping up on my screen. So, yes, mind you, it is completely hard. Or, not hard. It's very easy missable. But when you're coming up to it, you can see a light source. And you also you can also realize that you're still carrying your torch. So I'm gonna run up to this. You're gonna see what's gonna happen, and I'm just gonna beeline it straight to this light source so I can relight my torch. Now, as I was talking before about a major game reviewer that played this section right here, he beelined it, but he kept on running. And when he made it to the next part, it's saved, and this is going to kill you, and it's just going to keep on killing you. And the only way to surpass that is basically to start over from the entire beginning of the game. So that's basically what happened, and that is how he gave this amazing game such a bad review.
She wouldn't listen.
Now you see that you can see a blurry light in the background. I mean, it's not that hard to miss. And I mean, when I first played this game, uh, it was only common sense that I would make my way towards this light source and relight my torch so I'm not gonna die. You know, it's only common sense.
He's doing his best. She never, ever listens. Why didn't she listen to him? Trying to help her.
He was trying to save her from the darkness.
Zinbel was right.
Zinbel was trying to save her from the darkness. But she wouldn't listen. And now everybody is dead.
Because of her. All her fault. All her fault. She should have known. She should have.
Why doesn't she learn? When will she learn?
She doesn't understand.
Now the darkness has Dillian's soul.
And it will take it. And never give it back.
She can search and search, but she will never find it.
She's let the darkness in. It's the end.
The darkness will take her like it took her mother.
It's pointless even trying to retrieve it. She's lost.
Where is she going? She's got to go deeper to find the
What's she doing? She's lighting a torch. She's making light. She's making a fire.
She's got light in the outside.
She'll be safe. What's her plan? What's she thinking? She's going to get there. She can do it. Get up! What are you doing?
She can't help but think of him. A tender guiding flame in a world so black. The longer it burned, the more she convinced herself that there was nothing beyond its reach. How little separates us from what we fear.
Keep the torch alight. Keep looking for Dillian. I hear you. I'm coming for you.
am leaving with him!
Turn your back on me. That is why Dillian will rot it now. Come into my shadow.
You can hear him. Listen, find him.
People think of evil as an unnatural, invisible force, and so invoke the gods for protection. But evil can come from the hand behind the gods. A familiar hand, cold and cruel. He tried to fix her with his rituals, kept her trapped in that hole. She couldn't say which was worse. The darkness. Or the monster that her father had become. She couldn't fight them both. And so she left, headed for the one ray of light that shone down on her. If she had stayed, she wouldn't have survived. But maybe Dillian would still be alive.
I'm so sorry, Layla.
She will save his soul. Even if this time she can't save her own.
Forgive me, Senua. I know you have no reason to trust me anymore.
Listen.
But believe this, it was my mission to make you hate, to hate the darkness with a passion. I feel your veil's trap. All this time, I wanted to protect you from the truth that would have destroyed you a long time ago. That you have conquered your darkness at every turn. You deserve to see down the veil of darkness.
And take me to the mountain to trust me, as deep as we can go.
I won't stand in your way.
She has to trust him.
You will not survive what is in there.
I know.
She doesn't want to die. She's got this one. She wants to go forward. She wants to freeze. She wants to save herself. She has to set her shine. Coming soon. Just keep going. It's too dangerous to I know. Instructions. Cost time to risk. Rise. So soon. She's still alive. It will be over so soon. Now she doesn't go. She doesn't.
Mother, I won't let the darkness trick me again. I know you're safe with the gods. I can feel Hela's gaze, searching for secrets inside of me. Secrets that even I can't see. I'm not here to fight my past. I'm here for Dillian. I will fulfill my vow, whatever the cost.
Okay, in this section here we have to form a bridge, and this bridge will take us to the final boss fight of the game. So there's a couple sections, sorry, a couple things that you gotta do in order to form the bridge. And then once we're forming the bridge, I'm gonna stop it again, and I will say a few more things, and then after that, I'm gonna shut my mouth, and we're just gonna complete through the game.
She did it. It's nearly over. Focus now. Focus. Focus now. Focus. Focus. You're find a good position. Slow. Behind you. Behind you. Behind you. Watch out. Quick. Behind you. Watch out. He's finished. Focus. Focus. You're close.
Okay, I'm gonna say one more thing. In this last section, before I get to that bridge, the battles are gonna be a lot more intense, and a lot more enemies in a very, very controlled space.
How will she do it? No. She cannot bargain with Helen. She's not strong enough. What is Helen? No one can bargain with Helen.
What can she give her? She could give her her own soul.
No.
She would have done it. It's worthless.
But it's all she has to give. She can see it. She can't cross the bridge. It's broken.
She has to fix it.
It's too dangerous. She's done it before. She can't. She's done it before. She can. She'll do it again. How will she do it?
There must be.
Absolutely, you have to try and see it.
The bridge.
She can't cross the bridge. It's broken.
She has to fix it.
It's too dangerous.
She's done it before. You have to fight her. The final battle.
Back. It's the final task.
Yes, it is.
This isn't just a broken bridge, is it? Mother, you showed me how to see further. To see the hidden wonders in our world and explore new paths into the unknown. To lead so that others may follow, or to warn so that they may avoid. That is our gift and our duty. I'm not going to look away in fear anymore.
She has the sea. She has the sight. She can see her secrets. There's an illusion. She's found a way. There's a way. She can see. She must align herself. She can do it. Does it? She aligns herself. It's there. You can do this. Focus. Focus. Now. Focus.
Alright, so we've completed the bridge, and this is the second last battle till the end of the game. So from here on, the fights are going to get much, much more intense. I'm going to get smacked around a lot. Enemies are just going to keep popping up with insane ferocity. And it's just going to be a whole hell, you know, it's going to be really fun. If you've watched my first part of this game and you've enjoyed it, you know, as comfortable as it was, and in the second part, it's gotten more intense and more crazy with the enemy types and the battle itself, because it's just from here on, straight up to the end battle, it's just gonna be insane. For me, playing games, in my opinion, this is gonna be one of the most. It's one of the most epic battles as a single player, fighting just hordes and hordes of enemies that are just coming at you non-stop, and straight up until the point of where, you know, your thumbs are sore and you have no choice but to just give in. But you'll see that in a moment. For people that have been watching my second half of this playthrough, I hope you've, you know, I hope as a gamer and you're watching this that I've provided you with some sort of entertainment watching this game, seeing what I have to go through with this character to make her get, you know, right to the end of the game, and just go through an onslaught of grueling battle after battle after battle. And for you viewers, I'm gonna try to make this as exciting as I possibly can, because I just have to try to be spot on with everything. I'm not gonna try to make it as dull as you know, whatever. I just hope that you found enjoyment watching me play this game. I hope, you know, you enjoyed the game itself, and, you know, if you liked what you see, you know, pick up this game, because this game, in my opinion, it's a collector's on its own. And like I said, I could play this game, I could leave it for 6 months and then come back and just feel that same excitement that I've had when I first got this game. So right now, I'm gonna go through the most brutal, brutal fight scenes in the game, straight up into the end. So thank you for watching. Thank you for viewing this content, and I hope you really, really enjoy this. Ow. Oh, it did a complete full circle. Ah. Ah. Leave me alone. Ugh. Whew. Okay. Get out of my face. Whoa. Come on, bitches. I know you want to swing at me. Just missed. I don't know about you, but that was pretty intense.
We'll all die someday. And when everyone's gone, even the gods will die.
We don't want to die. Senua, stop. Turn back. Stop. Senua, stop. Stop. Happens to us. Stop her. Why would she still to die? She won't stop. Stop.
I'm sorry. I didn't ask you to be a part of me. If you don't want to die with me, then leave me alone.
I don't want to die. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop.
There is nothing to go back to.
chopper now. Don't abandon me.
Everyone suffers. They were right about me.
Listen to me, not them. They were afraid. Like children scared of the dark.
So was I.
They made up monsters to fill the void. That doesn't make them real.
They made them real.
No!
Follow your soul and let go of the center of all. For there lies your weakness, and the darkness will find it.
It's not like the old stories, is it? The noble warrior facing evil in search of victory and honor. Clear dividing lines. No. This place is not quite like that. It's as if it knows that true torment lies within. Memories you cannot defeat, cannot escape. This is her hell.
The man I was before Druth was a true coward, Senor. I was well traveled. I spoke both their tongue and ours. So they took me as a slave. I thought I could help to broker peace. Or at least stay their hands from slaughter. But under torture, I did no such thing. I led them to the treasures and slaves they sought. But I wasn't the only one. Another came to the Northman willingly, offering a bargain, a man in black from your lands. And he was offered safe passage for his treason. In the end, Samuel, it isn't the gods that cause us so much suffering, but those closest to us.
I'm here for Tillian.
You see it, son. You see the darkness, faces fear and suffering.
I could see it.
I remember it clearly now.
She has nothing to fear anymore. The gods have saved your mother. Through my hand.
You killed her.
It is the will of the gods.
Fuck the gods! You did this to her! Why?
This is what happens when you listen to the voices of the underworld. They crawl into your soul and rot you from the inside. Defy the gods like your mother, and the darkness will come for you too. You understand, son?
I do understand. You cursed me with your own madness. I was just a child. You created this darkness! You created this darkness so you could hide behind it!
Only suffering brings salvation. It is the way of the gods.
It was all a lie. You are a lie! She didn't defy the gods. She defied you. And so you killed her.
You didn't pray to the gods. You prayed to your mother. Your mother, who was too weak to fight the darkness and abandoned you.
You tortured her. You killed her. You are the darkness.
Those rituals, the years of isolation, the pain that still haunts you. It was the only way to fight the curse within you. The darkness is inside you that will destroy you.
You're a liar!
No, son. The darkness is here. It comes with it already. And it will watch as you draw the last dying gasp.
I won't let you kill me. Watch out! can see through your darkness. You're a liar and a murderer. And if you really are Hela, then I have a sword here that can kill a god.
Look at you. Run forward, moving backwards to one past. You're making a mistake searching for Dillion. The same mistake that killed him in the first place. I'm trying to save you from yourself. You still believe it is a lie. The plague of darkness, the butchering of Dillion by Earth's men. You saw it yourself.
You told everyone I was cursed. They believed you. I believed you.
Tell me, Senua, where is Dillion's soul if the darkness is a lie? How will you save him?
He's here. I know he's here. Dillion, I know you're here. Hold on. I'll find you. Trying to trick me again with your lies. I know he's here. You took him from me. You have him.
Dillion is gone. Dillion is dead. Let him go now. I'm warning you.
Or what? What can you do to me that you haven't already? Fight me. Come on.
Watch out.
You betrayed your own father. You betrayed the gods in search of Dillion, in search of love. Look where that's got you. Let go of your battle. Let go of your redemption. Let go of Dillion. Don't let your darkness hurt anyone else.
Silence them.
Ugh. Ugh.
what you want me to believe? After all you've done to me and to him? You're not a liar, but you're a liar! You crawled into me to confuse me and deceive me. But I know it. I know you have him. I'll give you my life. That's what you want, isn't it? My soul. Take it. I'll be a slave for you. I'll fight with you in Ragnarok. No power over me.
I learned the hard way to not be afraid of death, Sarah. Because a life without loss is one without love. You turn your back on death, and all you can see is the shadow that it casts. The longer you hide from it, the longer the shadow grows until all you can see is dark. When our time comes, we must look death in the eye and embrace it as a friend. Only then can we let go of our fear. And emerge from our darkness.
Never forget what it is like to see the world as a child singing. Every autumn leaf is like a work of art. Every rolling cloud a moving picture. Every day a new story. We too emerge from this magic, like a wave from the ocean, only to return to the sea. Do not mourn the waves, the leaves and the clouds. Even in darkness, the wonder and the beauty of this world never leaves us. It is always there, waiting to be seen again.
This is where my story once began. And so it has to end here. Because I cannot see further than this.
Follow us. We have another story to tell.
My friend, go with her. This now will be your story to witness. Goodbye.
Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this.
I know it's hard to tell how mixed up you feel. Hoping what you need is behind every door. Each time you get hurt, I don't want you to change. 'Cause everyone has hopes, you're human after all. The feeling sometimes wishing you were someone else.